Hey folks, how you doing?
Wow.
Did you really just spill on your shirt?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You would think that today was Friday the 13th.
Man. I mean, it was 2 days ago. I don't remember the last time we actually had a Friday the 13th. Do you?
Well, I don't really believe in Friday the 13th unless it's in October. That's the only time I look at the 13th. That is a Friday.
Okay.
It's October the 13th. That's when I count it. Are you superstitious?
I mean, I don't know if I really and truly believe in them, but just in case I do follow them, some of them, right? Like, I don't know if it's true, but I'm not going to test it. So, yeah, I don't know. That's how I am, I think.
What do you mean you're not going to follow it? I'm sure there are some that you subconsciously follow and you don't even know that's a
that's
superstition.
what I mean. No, I do follow them.
Mm-hmm.
I do actually I follow them because I don't know if they're true or not. Right?
Very superstitious.
Yeah. So
running through my mind.
I'm not going to test the fact that they're not real. Is what I mean, right? So I'm going to obey by them just because.
Hey Google, what's the definition of a superstition?
Here's the definition of superstition: excessively credulous belief in and reverence for the supernatural.
Did you guys hear that?
Who's going to answer you back right now?
Did I just sound crazy waiting for an answer from you guys? Oh gosh. Okay. So what superstitions do you believe in then? You say you obey by some. What superstitions do you obey by?
Well, I mean, I don't really know which ones I necessarily follow regularly, but if something happens to come up, I don't use an umbrella often, right? But when we were at your parents' house last weekend for Thanksgiving, we used an umbrella, and I knew in my mind, or maybe I was just trained to do this, I didn't open it up inside. You open the umbrella up outside. Yeah. Right? I don't know what the whole thing about that actually is and why you can't open it inside. But apparently, what is it? Bad luck?
Yeah, it's bad luck. You cannot open up an umbrella inside.
Why?
And then there was one that I've heard of about don't break a mirror because then it's 7 years of bad luck.
7 years bad luck, yep.
And there was a couple that I've heard of.
You know what's funny though? Actually, at work the other day, the guy I work with broke a mirror.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Did he say anything about bad luck at the end?
No, I didn't even think about it. It didn't even cross my mind about that one. But yeah, that just happened. Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Yeah.
For me, I know I do this frequently. If I say something out loud that I don't really want to come true, I'll knock on wood. Yeah. I'll knock on wood twice. Even if it's actually not considered to be wood, I still knock. And I symbolize that as it cancels out what I just said.
If you're gonna you don't want to jinx it, right? So you're knock on wood. Yeah. You have to find wood to knock on, right? To because you say something and you're I hope this doesn't happen. Knock on wood or whatever, however it goes, something like that. Yeah. One that I say a lot is let's say I just bought a lottery ticket or something, right? And I'm ooh, my right palm is itching. That means I'm going to win. I'm going to win some money.
So what happens if your left palm is itchy? You're losing money?
Yeah, you're going to give away some money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, apparently. That's what they say.
I hope my palm is never itchy. My left palm, knock on wood.
And it's funny, the other day, I was
sorry, I had to do it.
I was saying both my right palm and my right foot were itchy at the same time. I'm ooh, that's double good luck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard anything about the foot, but yeah.
There's if you come across the path of a black cat, you're supposed to walk the other way or something like that. I always walk the other way. I'm not afraid of black cats.
I used to have a black cat.
Yeah.
So that one, I don't know. I don't.
They just have a bad stigma.
Yeah, they do, just because of Halloween and the witch and things like that. But yeah, I used to have a black cat. He was cool. He was a good cat.
Yeah. What other ones can we think of that are considered to be superstitious?
The ladder.
Oh yeah, don't walk on it. I never walk underneath the ladder though. I just consider that to be dangerous.
I guess in a sense it kind of is. If someone else is like walking like up and down the ladder, then yeah, okay, try not to walk underneath. But I mean, nothing's gonna happen if it's just leaning up against something.
You never know.
It's not gonna fall on you. Right, so it's not dangerous in that sense, but I guess the superstition is that it's bad luck to do it. Don't walk under the ladder if it's leaning up against something. You walk around.
There's one that's considered to like you're not supposed to live on the 13th floor of like an apartment building, and it's actually funny because if you go to a couple of buildings, they actually don't even have a 13th floor. So I think it's just the number, and it's like when I was doing a little bit of research because I was curious to know like why is a 13th number considered to be so bad, and it apparently has to go back to like around like when Jesus had his 12 disciples, but there was 13 and Judas was considered to be the bad one. So
okay, that makes sense. So the 13th disciple betrayed him.
Yeah. So then ever since then, it has been considered to be bad luck. Let me know if you guys heard that, if that's true, and that's why we actually consider the number to be bad.
I mean, there might be various different theories behind it, but that is one. They relate it back to religion. And yeah, I guess it could work. Could make sense. I'm curious to know where they kind of actually came from, right? Like who actually said the first person to say, yeah, you can't do this because of this. Like, how did that actually come to be?
Maybe that person just had straight bad luck and they're like, I notice that every single time I have bad luck, this happens, or every single time I have good luck, my right palm has been itchy.
Yeah. I guess so.
Even like cross your fingers if you really want something to happen. Cross your fingers. It happens.
Well, there's the cross your fingers too. If you're like, you're saying you're gonna do something, or you know how like you're promising someone something, but then you cross your fingers behind your back. Oh,
that's if you pinky swear and then you cross your fingers, and then that actually cancels out. Yeah,
there's that one too for crossing your fingers.
I didn't even think about that. I never cross my fingers though. No? Only when I want something good to happen, like cross your fingers.
Where did superstitions come from?
On the website ed.ted.com, they say, as we have seen, culture and socialization are important sources of superstition. People from different areas of the world grow up learning superstitions that are local to their area. I also found an answer to this question: where did superstition originate? Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Jinx.
On the website oop.com, they say
Curtis.
The origin of the concept is found in ancient Greece in the 4th century BCE, and for the next 2,000 years, superstition stood in contrast to the religious practices recommended by the elites.
Okay, so they refer it back to religion as well. Interesting.
Let me know if you guys believe in superstitions. And what superstitions do you think you follow by without even realizing that you do? Do you cross your fingers?
Like, do you actually follow superstitions?
I actually don't know, but there are some things that I've noticed that I do. Like, I actually knock on wood when I say, oh, let me knock on wood. And I don't even like acknowledge that I do that until after. I'm like, wait, that's something that's superstitious.
Yeah, you're just doing it out of habit now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you've been trained over the years. You heard it once. And then you just started doing it, and now it's just a habit.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not really consciously thinking, oh, I need to knock on wood because it's bad luck if I don't.
Listen, if I believed in like all these superstitions, do you guys remember those chain letters that used to be going through the email being like, oh, if you send this to 25 of your friends, something amazing is gonna happen overnight, or you'll find true love. Listen, okay, found Curtis, right? So I never sent one chain letter. And I still found love, y'all. Because it's true. I remember reading those on MSN, like copy and paste this message to 5 people or else you'll be alone for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I was seeing them on Facebook and stuff too.
Oh, they still make those?
Yeah, you'll see like a picture of a bunch of money and say like type amen or something like that for good luck. I don't know, something like that. I see those ones randomly on my Facebook.
Okay.
I haven't seen them recently, but I used to see them a little while back.
I don't believe in those. I just ignore them. Honestly, if I feel like it's a chain, I won't even look at it. Like I don't acknowledge it. If I don't see it, it didn't happen. So I just ignore them. Yeah. On Friday, when I was driving into work, I was listening to the radio and they mentioned how 65% of employees feel guilty about calling in sick or feel bad about calling in sick.
Okay.
Are you a part of that 65%? And I'm going to say yes for you.
Yes. I mean, okay. I'm different though. I don't feel bad about the employer. I feel bad for the employees because those are the ones that I directly work with and I see them struggling. Even when everybody's there, it's still a struggle because no one hires enough staff, right? So everybody's struggling even when you're full staff. Then when you call in sick randomly, like if you have it planned, people expect it, but then you just randomly don't show up one day and you call in sick, they're like, oh my God, today's gonna be a mess, and it just creates that bad day vibe right off the bat.
Yeah.
As soon as they hear someone's not going to be there, like especially someone that puts in work, if it's someone that doesn't do anything, then people don't really care. but if it's someone that's actually like helpful and they feel it, and it's the employees that feel the brunt of it. It's not the managers, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you feel bad when you wake up and you don't feel well and you go in, or you don't want to go in because you don't feel good? Are you a part of that 65%?
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
I would say so. Like a lot of times, I don't really call in sick. I'll be like, hey, I woke up with a headache this morning. I'm going to take an Advil. I'm going to lay it back down. And I'll be there 9, 10 o'clock instead of my normal 7:38.
Yeah.
Right? I'll just show up a little bit late and I'll still be there to help out and do what I need to do throughout the day. But, I don't really call in for like a whole day. It's very rare that I.
So even if you have the flu, you're going to be like, I'm just going to lie down for a couple hours and I'm going to go in.
No, I don't get the flu though. Knock on wood.
Well, another part of it was that it's not that they feel bad about calling in sick because they're sick. It was because 65 of them feel bad about calling in sick has to do with themselves in the sense that they need that money.
Well, that's
why they feel bad also.
Yeah, that too. It's like you miss a whole day of work. Like you notice that difference on your paycheck. You're like, wow, that sucks. Like it feels like you miss one day and it almost feels like you've lost like a quarter of your paycheck. You're like, I only missed one day.
I know, what compared to if you work an extra hour. Yeah. It's like, I worked an extra hour. Where is that money?
Yeah, like you work
taxes.
You work a whole nother day, like an extra full day. But because they take off so much taxes, it's like you make barely anything. But you miss a day, you see that, you notice that.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
For me, I don't think I'm a part of that 65%. I don't, because I've always, like before the job I'm working now, in my previous jobs, if I was sick, I'm like, I'm not coming in today. Like, I remember when I first got COVID, and that was when they were giving out those little self-test home things. I got COVID. I took a picture and I sent it into work. I even texted my manager. I said, hey, I took this home test. I had COVID. And the only reason I got COVID was because someone didn't call in sick, showed up, and I was sitting right next to them and they had COVID and they lied saying, oh, it was just a basic cold.
Well, they might not have tested yet, right? They might have just...
What do you mean? The girl was straight out sweating.
Well, I know,
like dripping sweat.
But what I mean
her
is,
body was trying to burn off that COVID.
She knew she was sick, but she didn't actually take a test to see what it was. So she just assumed it wasn't. I don't know.
But anyways, point is that I sent him in the proof that, this test said, hey, I had COVID. And my manager was like, those things aren't accurate. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not going in because I was actually like sick. Like my throat was hurting. Like I couldn't talk. I was blowing my nose. I was coughing, and I just sounded congested. And it's funny because like when I had COVID, my thumbs, I got it. I started feeling the symptom towards the end of the day of that work day, and my fingers, my toes, like everything just went numb, and my back started hurting. And I was like, what's going on? And I didn't understand what was happening. I thought I was just catching the flu. But that night when I went home and I tested and I was like, oh man, that's why. Because I've heard of these symptoms, but I was like, no, not me. Me catching COVID? No way. But point is, when he told me I'll see you tomorrow, like I said, I'm not part of that 65%. So you guys already know the answer to that.
Like, no, you won't. You definitely will not be seeing me tomorrow.
No, because think of it. Like, what if something did happen to me? Like when you left for work, I was still in bed. Like I was sweating out this cold or this COVID or whatever it was. I was not feeling well. And like I went in, and then what? The ambulance would have had to come get me.
Yeah, and then you would have got a whole bunch of other people sick too, probably.
Exactly. And people would be looking at you like, oh, she had COVID. She still came in.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not putting myself and I'm not going to put other employees through that. So I don't think I'm part of that 65%. And the fact that I feel bad is just, for me, I'm also looking at it as I'm protecting you, and I'm also protecting family members that you're going to be around as well. That's why I don't think I'm part of that 65%.
Okay, but what if it's something that's not contagious, like a headache? Would you just take the whole day off, or would you take a pill quickly, lie down, and then go in late?
That depends.
Depends on what?
Do I like where I'm working? Let me stop.
What do you actually have to do that day?
Yeah. But now in this job, because I like what I'm doing, I don't see myself calling in sick. Like I'm actually pushing through and I'm going in. And but no, like in my old days, like I would definitely put myself first when it comes down to my health or my mental health. Yeah. Those were my younger days. So I'm curious to know, if you're listening right now, are you part of that 65%? Do you feel bad or guilty for calling in sick?
Well, moving on from that topic, curious to know, has anything good happened in the past week or past couple of weeks? Because I know we just had Thanksgiving last weekend. So comment below something that you are thankful for. And is there anything good that happened to you?
My nephew, also known as my godson, he is crawling. My niece is a little chatterbox, and I think she gets that from her aunt. But yeah, I'm gonna insert little clips of him crawling around on the floor at my sister's house. We brought Trumpet with us to her house, and he got on all fours and he just started crawling towards Trumpet. He's actually been chasing Trumpet around the house, and Trumpet just doesn't actually pay attention to him.
I think he pays more attention to him than their daughter. See, I think going back to something, kind of jumping back to the other topic that we were just talking about, taking time off. Something good that just happened to me this week. I was the first person to request time off for Christmas. So I got it. He's like, what do you mean you need time off? I'm like, well, I would like time off. He's like, well, I mean, you're the first one to request it. We're only October, and So yeah, you got it. I was like, all right, beat everybody to it.
Yeah, and that's
because there's always a fight for Christmas holidays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants that time off.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, I'm putting this in now.
I remember you actually even told me that throughout the week. I'm putting in my Christmas vacation now. And I was like, I look at the day in October. I'm like, damn, that's early. Yeah. But I guess
beat them to it.
Yeah.
Beat them to it. Mm-hmm. That's it.
So and I feel like that's one of the downsides of actually a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Is the fact that you have to put in time off.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's something that happened to me.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. And I mean, I have the seniority now, I guess, above other people. So
see, how does that even work? Like, you can just come, let's say you didn't, right, have seniority, and somebody else did, and they came in, they're like, oh, I need so-and-so days off. And then you come in, let's say in November, it was like, oh no, I need these days off. Do you get those days? Because that's not fair. If I put in my days earlier, why do you get trump over me?
I have more seniority than you, but you put your request in before me.
Yeah.
Do I cancel you out? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that really works. But I don't know.
Either way, I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it should cancel yours out because that you're right. That's not fair. Mm-hmm. That's not fair. But yeah, that's good. So I got some time off, and I'm going to be going back to Sudbury for Christmas. Coming back and driving straight from Sudbury to Montreal to meet you and your family for New Year's and Maya's birthday.
Yeah, Maya's turning 3, you guys. Can you believe that? I feel like just the other day I was telling you guys that I'm actually having a niece, and I'm going to be an aunt, a first-time aunt. I think it was literally just the other day I was telling you guys that. It feels
like that. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. And then Noah's going to be 1 year old, and wow, time is just flying us by. All right, so let us know something good that happened to you guys, and do you guys believe in superstitions? I feel like this is a short podcast.
It is a short podcast. A little recap, I guess. Just
to come in and say hello, mental health check-in. Hope you guys are doing great. And to be honest, the last 2 weekends that we missed for the podcast, I felt off. I feel like this is my mental health check-in. And I said this before, I love doing the podcast, and I feel like something's always missing when I don't do it. And I don't feel content when I don't even come in and say hello. Even if no one's listening, I still love to come in and still have a talk.
Yeah, just talk about kind of what's been happening recently, small little reflections here and there, and small topics that have come up in the past little bit. I find it is nice to just to I guess vent, not really vent, but
I'm not venting. No, I think I'm just
I don't know how else to say that. It's not venting, because venting, I feel like it has a negative side to it where you're complaining about stuff. But
do you feel like you complain?
I feel like I complain a little bit.
Put a poll. Does Curtis complain too much on this podcast?
Yeah, I think some things I complain about. Yes.
See, I'm trying to do less of that because obviously all that negative energy, you're just transferring to the next day and the next day and the next day. Yeah. So here's a challenge for October. For 1 whole week, do not complain about one thing. Even if someone cuts you off while you're driving, don't complain. Just let it go.
Man.
Can you do it?
The way people out here be acting, I don't know.
How you be acting?
I don't know, man. Like, especially like with my work, like I deal with people on a daily basis.
So do I, but you don't hear me complain that much.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I don't think I complain as much as you, though.
I don't know.
I can do it. I definitely think I can do it. Can you do it?
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Maybe I'll try it out. I'll try.
For 1 whole week, do not complain. Don't let any negative energy interrupt your happiness. Just let it go for 1 whole week.
So that means you're gonna try it too?
Obviously I'm gonna try it.
So if I don't wash a dish, or if I don't
see, now you're gonna do things on purpose so that I can lose.
No.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be my normal self.
No. See, now you guys know why I have to complain a lot, because he even admits to not washing these dishes.
Hey, I put my mug that I came home from work with on the counter instead of in the sink to be washed. Mm-hmm. But that's not okay, even though it's still there. I still brought it in.
But the point is, you're not gonna wash it, and then there's so many things that's gonna pile up on the kitchen counter, and then after you're like, oh, why is your kitchen counter so crowded? And I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe because you come in and you dump your dishes on there.
I put one thing and then you just add to it.
That's a lie. That is a lie, and you know it.
It's not a lie.
Yes, it is.
It's not a lie. I think that is a thing, though.
What?
It's like when the kitchen is perfectly clean, there's not one single dish in the sink, there's nothing on the counter. I feel like your natural reaction is to keep it that way and to put it in the dishwasher.
So when does it get dirty?
I think it happens when you're in a rush, or when you come home from work, you're like super tired, you're like, I'll wash this later. So you just put it down, but then you have dinner. And because now there's one thing there, then you just keep piling up, right? I think that's how it is. But when it is completely clean and you have the time to do it, you almost feel like obligated to keep it that way. You know what I mean?
I guess so. So what happened to those pile of clothes and the 3 laundry baskets that we have in the bedroom? Remember, if you guys watched our New Year's resolution goal of saying that we were going to wash our clothes, fold our clothes, and pack them away. Have you guys been following that New Year's resolution? Because I tell you right now, we have not.
No.
That one has been broken. Okay, we got 3 full baskets again.
Man.
And it's crazy because last month when this happened, we told ourselves, oh my gosh, we are not going to be folding 3 full baskets
ever again.
Yeah. And now look at us.
Here we are again.
Habits repeat itself.
Yep. Old habits die hard. We got a few things to do today, so we're going to end this podcast here.
Yeah. If you like our rambling too, come along.
If you like our rambling too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you like us rambling, maybe that's what we should name our podcast. Yeah. Ramblers.
The Ramblers?
Yeah.
Sounds like a band.
You're right. Is it a band?
I don't know.
Probably. Okay. So anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Let us know if you guys believe in superstitions.
What I'm curious to know is on Friday the 13th this year, did anything that you noticed happen out of the ordinary that was like bad? Because I want to know
really good luck.
How many people actually experienced something negative on that day, so we can kind of find out if it's true or not.
I had really good luck on Friday the 13th. Like good things happened. I had a really good day.
My day wasn't too bad. The end of the day was a complete mess. Yeah. But the start of the day was good. Yeah. But no, I'm curious to know, did good things happen on Friday the 13th or did bad things happen to you on Friday the 13th? I'm curious. I want to see if this is actually true or not.
All right. So that's it for this Thing of Ours podcast. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. You can share this video if you want to. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. And don't forget, the conversation does not end with just me and Curtis. It includes you guys. So we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Peace.